Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival 1.8. None of this reforged nonsense either. No. We are straight up playing a vanilla game. We are back in the desert of Skillen. I've been pronouncing it wrong this entire time. It's actually just Skillen. I don't know why. My brain just added an extra I in there. Skillian. I think Skillion's a better name, to be honest. Elian! Please correct! Even though you were correct all along and I was wrong, please correct so that I'm right. That's right. That is the balls. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. We are back with our little hut. Now, this thing is still not sealed. It's still got giant holes in the side of it, so it's not going to be airtight or anything for a while. So we need to fix that today, because we're here for a little longer than I originally anticipated. I got to be honest. I thought we'd be getting off this planet in like 3 seconds flat, but nay. We can make a couple of carbon blocks here very, very easily. Bing, bing. There we go. And then we just slot them in there. We could slot them in there as they are, or we could maybe do a little bit of niceness with them. No, that way around. Yeah. Right now we are sealed, and instantly the ventilator starts rotating and doing stuff. And there is actually air in the tanks. That's nice. That's very nice. Because do you remember I was saying, hey, there's usually a bit of residual fuel in the fuel tanks, but there's a bit of residual air in the air tank, so that's good. We are not pressurized though. Actually, that's spinning, but I still don't have oxygen in here, and it's probably because of that, and probably because of that, actually. I don't even think the core is airtight, but we have gaps in the ground. That's sealed, isn't it? Yeah. I suppose the other thing is you can do is press N, hit the debug button, and then press show airtight blocks. And then you get this lovely little sort of retro green stuff going on. Now, this isn't 100% reliable, in fact, because there are some blocks that it shows as dark green that is just wrong. So this is the problem here, this guy right here, right? So we need to fix that. The final air-tighted block that is a problem. Let's go into base. And I believe we need to unlock. Actually, do you know what? I don't know. I cannot remember. I can't remember everything in this game. I do try, but I can't remember everything. We need a grow plot. Ah, look, here. Plant fibers, nutrient solution, and 4 wood planks, of which we have none of anything. The nutrient solution, though, can't be even produced in this constructor. Do you know what? Let's just produce a block for now. Get the damn thing sealed. And then we'll worry about getting a grow plot later. At least then you'll have some oxygen in this place. And it's yet still, I'm not getting any air coming in here. So I'm looking at the bottom left corner here at the O2 icon, which is very much grayed out at the moment. Oxygen is enabled in the old control panel here. The spinny thing is spinnying, and yet, although everything is sealed here, we still have no oxygen cycling around. Oh, no, wait. I'm being an idiot. There's another freaking hole in the floor, you dumbass. Hey, Spanj, have you noticed a giant hole in the floor? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're seeing. What giant hole? What? Everything should be working fine. This is clearly a game bug. Elliot, please fix. Giant hole in the floor. Air! Yay! The O2 icon is now lit up. We are now breathing off of the base oxygen, not our suit oxygen. Even with our helmet on, it doesn't matter. It's going to take the base oxygen whether you've got the helmet on or the helmet off. By the way, if you press V, and then U, and then Alt, you can spin the camera around and have a little look at your sad face. Look how sad I look. I look like a sad ginger Santa Claus. Ho, ho, ho. Although my hair is rocking though, right? Anyway, let's move on rather swiftly, shall we? Hey, dinosaur. Do you know what? I'm going to call you Jeff. Jeff the dinosaur. He's just going to wander around my base all day. Hey, Jeff. Alright, see you later. Whatever. Jesus. Right. We have a hover vessel. It has fuel and stuff. And it has air. I don't have much air in my tank, though, so let's fill that up. There we go. And there is more air somewhere. There it is. 46 freaking tanks of the stuff that I've got there. Chilling. Nice. Let's go. So we're going to use the spark here. There's wonderful little spunkalicious hot... Jesus Christ, how big is that thing? Or is it... Do you see the shadow? Look at the shadow on the floor of the freaking flying worm thing. I can't remember what they call it. What, overseers? I don't know. I can't keep up with it. It's moving too fast. Damn. That is creepy though, isn't it? This thing flies silently as well. It's rather weird. Anyway, let's check out this collection point here. This looks big and juicy and full of stuff. We shall have a look. Indestructible core. This POI has a reinforced core that cannot be destroyed. So don't even bother. There it is, look. I'm going to bother anyway. I don't believe you. Okay, I believe you now. Attack it! Attack everything! Let's have a look around. Let's see if we can find some loot. I'm pretty sure there's going to be some juice here. Juice! There's a door. What do you mean I can't? Unbelievable. Does that just go outside anyway? Does that actually go in something? I don't know. F5. It does actually go into something, I think. It goes in the corridor. Hi. F5 is your little personal drone. You can fly this around for a certain distance, and then it runs out of distance and then terminates. But yeah, it's very useful for scouting around corners or looking over large areas very quickly. All these doors are freaking locked. And my little survival tool doesn't do anything to unlock them. That's salvage mode. Doesn't do anything. Salvage mode does nothing to any of this. So all this stuff in here I cannot pick up because A, the core is indestructible. B, the core is indestructible and therefore all the blocks are indestructible. But there's a toilet here. So, no, it's other faction as well. I can't even use the freaking toilet. This is unbelievable. Can I use this door? Lock code? What? You want me to, what? You want me to actually find a lock? Is this like some kind of puzzle BS going on in here or something? What the actual... I just came here for loot and now you're like making me do stuff. Oh my god. Ah, a box. Oh, is that it? It's like the worst component I could have possibly got. Sathium plates. I mean, Sathium plates are great if you need Sathium, which is pretty end game product, really. Not one I need right now. Thank you very much. I want to salvage this place, or at least be able to turn it into a base. I can't do anything with it. And there's... That was it. It was just that one box. Is that it? I do feel a bit robbed, I've got to be honest. I feel a little robbed right now. Lock code. If we can find a lock code somewhere. 1, 2, 3, 4 is not the correct code. Ah, well. Moving on then. Let's go check out some other stuff around here. We got a... Bloody hell. I fell over. Easy, tiger. We got a landing pad there. That looks like another receiving center over there. And another crashed... Oh, crashed sentinel front. Actually, I think the front is the worst bit. But we'll check it out anyway. There might be like an armor boost or night vision or something in there that's handy. Or, you know... If the gods are with us, a T2 multi-tool. That would be amazing. Though we have no way of actually fueling it. It would still be cool. Ow! Nothing there. Crash Sentinel front. Is at the back. Engine compartment. Aren't we, isn't the engine compartment what we are currently living in? I think. Anyway, we've got to go through these... Look at that. I got the multi-charge. Now I just need the multi-tool. That's amazing. Let's salvage. Yes, look, we can actually salvage some stuff, guys. We've got electronics. Holy moly. For once, the game isn't saying you can't do anything to this block type. Yay. Take the box, take the steel plates, take the little computer consoles that give us electronics. Yes, yes, this is what we want. This is what we need. We can get iron or steel plates off of these things, in fairness. What are you doing? Are you like... Get out of here. Damn droids. Take your optronics. What were we saying? Right, yeah, you can get like steel plates and stuff off the regular blocks. Like these guys, but you're going to be here for a while, because look, I mean... There we go, got 3 steel plates. So you can sit there and do that. I'm not going to choose to do that at this time. That lag shot armor. Right, up here we can see a little bit further. And we can maybe do a shablam. Something there, something there, something there, something there. Okay. And on the map, you can probably see all the little dots. Yep. Oh, there's a resource. There's a resource. Oh. Well, that changes things. Let us go to the resource. We may need to do some diggy. Let's see what it is. I need to put a detector on this thing as well. We can unlock a detector. F3, hover vessel. And detector. There it is. And that will make finding stuff very much easily. Very much easier, I should say. Let's learn some words. What are you? Promethean? That's pretty awesome, actually. Fuel! Yes! That's good. Okay, so there's a small Promethean deposit there. We shall diggy that later. Now let's check out these other little points of interest. Crash DSE2 mid. Now this should have some juicy stuff on it, actually. Again, assuming that it isn't core locked. Or something silly like that. And we can actually get through the doors. Bear in mind, all we've got is we can get through the doors. There's freaking constructors here. Massive O2 tanks full of oxygen. 4,500 oxygen. What? That's crazy. That's awesome. This is basically just like an entire CV waiting for us for free here. You know, I mean, okay, we won't be able to get maybe the Neo that we need for a CV out of this thing. But there are thrusters here, look. The problem is, I need a multi-tool. I can't, like, salvage this stuff with a survival tool. I need a multi-tool. Come on, boxes. You know what I'm after. Gives it to me. There's got to be more. There has to be more. Look at the oxygen in this thing. Is absolutely ludicrous. There's another multi-charge. Just give me the multi-tool. Just give me the multi-tool game. That's all I'm asking. I'd say I'm not asking for much, but I know that I am. Look at the thrusters. Thrusters. So excited. Right, let's try the front section. I think there are grow plots here in this ship. Ooh. No, this is good because this place might have like lockers and such. Oh, fridges. Food. I have no fridge though. Oh, is that radiation burns as well? 0.16 rads. Ouch. Eat the ham. Right, because if I open these fridges up and then don't take the food, the next time I open the fridges up, the food just spoils. Is horrible. So I'm gonna leave it there for now. There's a drill charge, but I'm out of space. I can loot into the spark here. Actually, do you know what? Let's put, because we were building the Nightshade, weren't we? The SV with the warp drive. Because I don't think we're gonna get the Neo that we need out of this space. So let's get the Mark 6 Nightshade. That was the plan, and we can just shift click everything into that, and it will contribute the resources to the blueprint. So we're just going to build up those resources as we kind of salvage these things. And obviously some things like concrete, it's not going to accept. The restroom, not going to accept. But that does free up a bit of space, I suppose, for more bits and bobs. Okay, and in the cabinet we've got some canned veg and some energy pills, alien plasma and spice. Okay, I'll take it for now. And then we might need to start digging a little bit here. Now, the radiation is getting a bit serious now. 1.5 radiations that we're getting. This ship also goes down into the ground some ways as well. I think that's the end of it, though. Out the back there is just out the back. And up is... Oh, yeah, here we go. Here's all the grow plots, look. Look at all the grow plots. You know? This is crazy. So, I'm looking for... Yeah, I really need a multi-tool. So F3 tools, multi-tool. We unlocked this, and I believe we can build it in the portable constructor. Yes, we can. It's got a yellow square on it. Portable constructor. So if we can get enough components, we can use the salvage mode, but we'll have to be very selective about the stuff that we salvage. I want that LCD rather than the... Is that an LCD? I feel like they're salvaging the glass behind it. Oh, and now I can salvage the LCD, even though it's on this side. The LCD is good, because that's electronics, and it's not something I'm broken up about, like salvaging. It's so weird. The glass, I can't actually target the LCD unless I get rid of the glass. I just want the LCD. Alright, there we go. But things like the deco blocks here and stuff, I'd like to save because obviously I want to be able to put toilets and showers in my own base. You know, so you can use them at the moment. My radiation is now 2.5, so I'm going to have to burn through another one of these. Which isn't going to cure me, but it will reduce my radiations by 1. Get rid of another one. There's another radiations by 1. I'm down to 0.5 now. Armor lockers. We will need one of those. Because I would like a radiation boost. So I'll stop dying out here. But the O2 station as well. The more I can leave, the better when I get a multi-tool. But I'm going to need some of these components in order to build the multi-tool. So, like I said, I'll get some selected stuff. This will give me things like electronics and whatnot. Let's get this back to base. And let's build ourselves a multi-tool. Alrighty. So let's dump all this into the box again. Alright, I may as well chuck all of it in there, to be honest. There's no real reason for me to be carrying this around. Okay, so the multi-tool, that's that one there. While we're there as well, we should probably get an assault rifle and a shotgun. And we will need nitrocellulose, that requires plant fiber. See if we've got some left over from the biofuel, which we do. And that should enable us to get maybe some bullets with that. I'm going to line up as well. See if I can line up a hover vessel detector. It looks like we can. And in the base here, a fridge. And a couple more solar panels, although we're going to be pushing the limits of the amount of silicon that we have left. I might need to go out and scrounge some more rocks. But let's build like three extra solar panels will do us. Hopefully that will keep the base running overnight, and we can actually use that fridge. The other thing as well is, if at all possible, I would like a fridge on our hover vessel as well. So we'll unlock it. Cargo boxes, fridge, F3 under hover vessels. And we'll see if we can afford that as well. Although I'm looking at the copper right now and I'm like, ugh. So we might need to just whip out. Let's go back over to the starting area here and see if we can find some copper rocks that we can that I maybe missed when I was running around here. The copper ones, there we go, there's two straight away with 2 robots running around. Hey guys. Resource mode gives the copper, so we're going to gather a bit more copper. We're going to let all that stuff build as well. And then the night is coming again very soon, so I'm going to jump into the bed in the base and accelerate time to the next morning. That way the constructor should have done all of it, all that it can do, and hopefully we'll have a bunch of stuff in the morning ready for us to build. Okay, all this stuff is actually ready before we need to go to sleep, so we can grab the multi-tool. Now the detector we're going to still need, but this stuff go there. The survival tool we still need to use to drill. We have an assault rifle, we have a shotgun, we have some bullets. The detector for the hover vessel is ready, so I'm going to just slap that inside the back bit there. And the fridge for the base and the fridge for the hover vessel are ready too. Hopefully we can preserve a little bit more food now. It doesn't need to go off all the time. So that's you, the spoiled food, I suppose. We will need to use it. We need to take it out of the fridge every time we want to like craft it into something, but at least for now, we'll have a little bit of food. Now, if we hit the P and go to stats on this thing, we can see under power and fuel what the battery has. The battery has 42 fuel in it right now. Power left 1 hour. So, probably won't survive the night unless we put, well, I mean, putting 3 solar panels on now isn't going to make the blind bit of difference because the sun's about to go down. But it will make the difference tomorrow. So, let's find somewhere to put these things. Now, the sun goes from east to west, and we're pretty much bang in the middle of the map from the northern and southern hemispheres, so we can set them flat, I think, will be the best setup. Let's see, I just want to put them there, and I guess on the other side, maybe. I'm not going to be too precious about where they go, because, you know, at the end of the day, this is a temporary hovel. But there we go. So a few extra solar panels there. Hopefully, will increase our battery. In fact, there we go. The power's actually gone up a little bit since then, which is good. Which is good, because the sun isn't quite down yet. It's about to be. Okay. So, I keep falling in that freaking hole. I made that hole, I keep falling in the damn hole. And we got the fridge for the hover vessel as well. Okay, so we could probably slap that in the same... There we go. At least then we have Spark as a fridge as well. So if we find food out and about, you know, we have somewhere now for it to go. Okay, with the multi-tool. Oh, that gives us a few more options, doesn't it? I don't know how this took 1 point of damage, but let's repair it. There we go. Makes all the difference. Fix those cracked glass up. Lovely. And, okay, I think what we'll do is we'll sleep the night away so that we have some daylight. And then we're going to go back to that crash ship. And we are going to fill our factory up with the stuff from there. Let's see if we can build a core, actually. We can build a core. Ooh, just short on electronics. Damn. Damn. That sucks. If I can build a core, I can put the core in the crash DSE. We can get whole components back. And use its own storage to salvage it. But I need electronics, so... Back out to the crash site. More copper rocks. We need more copper rocks. That seems to be the thing at the moment that we struggle for the most. Well, as suspected, the base ran out of power. This stuff's probably going to spoil until the sun comes up, I suppose. Then hopefully it'll be okay. Anyway, there is a Promethean deposit there, so I suppose in theory what we could do, F3, base, unlock fuel tank, and unlock a small generator. And if we dig up some Promethean, this guy can turn that into fuel cells. And that should be under MISC. Should be automatically unlocked. There we go. The small ones, at least anyway. The large ones, we'll have to wait until level 10. Mine some of that Promethean out, using our diggy, and turn that into fuel. And then at least, I suppose, the base will survive through the night. Anyway, the sun should rise in a couple of minutes, and hopefully everything will be fine. In the meantime, before we go, let me grab our core. Oh yes, oh yes. And let's go. We are going to take this crashed ship over here. We are going to claim it. We are going to salvage it into a fully armed and operational spacecraft. Well, that's the hope anyway. We got some exploring to do as well. Using the detector on the hover vessel here, as you can see, it picks up a hell of a lot more stuff. Ooh. Just nearly endoed the spark there. He's fine. He's fine. Hello, Crash DSC. Right. I'm assuming that we can't just slap a core on. I assumed wrong. I have just slapped a core on. Never mind. Alright, cool. That's fine. So in this thing has got lots of cargo boxes, and we can now select it from F4. We can now select the Crash DSC mid, and in the drop down we can see all the cargo boxes. And now the cargo box, oh my god, they've all got tiny cargo boxes. Oh no, that one's alright. Cargo pallet 3000, 5000. Oh sweet. O2 is 5000. I'm looking at this number down here, Sarah, the volume. The volume is important. And then we got some fridges and we got a small ammo box. Okay, cool. So let's go cargo pallet 2. 5,000. 5,300. Yeah, cargo pallet 2. We are going to connect to, because that's the biggest one. And I want that. I want this. I'm gonna take it. Mine. And there you go. We can see that we have taken the entire thing intact. Now the problem is that is 1,000 or something or other volume. As we can see, the combined there is 2,500 for the two of them. The spark bless its little cotton socks. It's 250. Yeah. Ain't gonna carry it. Ain't gonna carry it. And even if I could put it in a box, it would just push it down into the ground, and we'd never get it back. But I'm gonna put as much stuff in there as I can, and this is gonna go into another box, a different box, cargo pallet 202, because I suspect this 9999999 18. Okay, 18's not so bad. 180 volume though, so even divided among the boxes and the spark, that's going to take most of it up, isn't it? So, all right, let's see. Let's grab the sentry guns. We're going to want those, and that one as well. We're going to want that. And now this stuff here, we're going to salvage because actually the components are more valuable than the decorative blocks. O2 station, I'll take. Armor locker, I'll take. The thrusters. Well, that would be lovely. Yeah, I suppose what you can do is go into your library here and just, if you've got to subscribe to a CV, then say like the Leviathan. Yeah, lovely CV. Right, we can put that in the factory, and then all the resources required for that are listed there. And yeah, the radiation here is terrible. We can retrieve the whole block of these thrusters. Just make sure we got enough room in there. I think we do. So we retrieve this medium thruster here. Ah, we don't. Okay, fine. Well, we will unconnect from that cargo pallet, and we will connect to the cargo pallet 4. Slightly smaller, but it should take a thruster. Should take 2 thrusters, really. I'm just going to fill all the cargo pallets up with these components, basically. And then, from there, we can say, from the connected, we got these 2 thrusters. Pop that on the bar. Hit F2. Click this little button here to switch back to the bar. Or press T, I think. T doesn't work while you're in F2. Never mind. Ignore me. Click that little button there to show your connected toolbar. And then just drag the thrusters into there. And that will contribute 90 neodymium to the Leviathan. There we go. So we've absorbed that. It's fine. We can take that. Cool. We can also use the control panel here under the device list to see if there are any other thrusters on this thing. And indeed there are. We have 2 more thrusters. The 2 up thrusters, which I believe are just here. But now we know there are no more thrusters like buried in the ground that we need to go searching for. We just grab these, and then we can do the same thing. Pop them on the toolbar, hit F2, switch, drag, drop, and now it's 130 neodymium. And now, obviously, the Leviathan is not a starter CV. I'm just putting it in there as like a giant kind of sponge to absorb the resources from our salvage operation. So there we go. We can connect back to pallet 02 now. There we go. And the gravity generator I will salvage because the components are more important than the device in this case. That antenna there I will salvage. There we go. Okay, so we could actually, from this point... Oh, there's a turret! A turret! Oh dear. Alright, so the turret, we want that. I don't think it's going to fit. I don't think it's going to fit in there. So let's disconnect from that one. We'll go to pallet 05. Where's pallet 05? Do we have an 05? Maybe I made it up. We'll connect to pallet 04 then. 4,000 storage capacity. And let's take this turret. This is a minigun turret. Has a huge amount of hit points. It's going to take a little while for us to actually salvage, as you can see. I'm just going to have to point this laser thing at it for a little while it figures it out. 1,600, 1,500. It'll get there. Obviously a hell of a lot quicker with a T2 multi-tool, but we got what we can work with. There we go. We've actually recovered the turret itself. It's now safely stowed in a box as well. Okay, super. Now, let's go around because I want components really rather than devices at this point. It's going to be more helpful to us in the immediate. So continue to just salvage like bits like that because they give us electronics as well as steel plates and stuff. Whereas obviously the blocks will just give us steel plates. So once we've got enough components, I'm going to put them in the factory towards the Nightshade, and then we might even be airborne. Hell yeah, right? Now, I'm gathering these are, I mean, 8 furnishing blocks. We'll be able to then return them to our base and make showers and stuff like that. So that's good. And as for the grow plots here... Wow. Radiation poisoning. Oh dear. That takes us down to 2 rads. 1 rad. We really need radiation shielding, I tell you. Oof, it's bad. Oh, it's bad. And... top up our oxygen as well while we're here. The grow plots are the same problem. We need to lift them up, but we need a box big enough to take them. So we've got cargo pallet 4. Pallet pallet 2 has got a bunch of components in it. That's got a bunch of oxygen in it, so we'll use that one. And then that is steel grow plots as well. Beautiful. Steel grow plots are the ones you need for capital ships. They're transferable into bases as well, though, so... there we go. Fantastic. I believe there's even more in these pods that are buried. If we dig down... yep, there you go, look. There's so many! It's awesome! Oh, the salvage. The salvage is real. Although it's going to take a little while to diggy this out. Worth it. Look at all these grow plots. We can have food and medicines for days. We have got a lot of expanding to do on the base, though. And, to be honest, I'm not even sure if I want this right now. Just like, See, steel grow plots are great because, like I said, you can put them in the factory. The Leviathan here, I believe, requires 36 of them anyway, so we can take some back to the base just to tie us over, and the rest I can put in the factory towards a CV. And yes, there's even more in the other pod. Look at this, is getting silly. This is getting silly, this is. Look at this. There's so many. And there we go, that box is full. 63 grow plots. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? That's amazing. Literally, I only need like 9 for my little base. And the rest can go in the factory here, so let's do it. Let's keep those 5 there. Switch you to the other cargo pallet. Which one was it that had the 63 in it? Well, there we go. 9 there. We'll have to do 7 at a time. No, let's just switch to the other box. Connect to you, sir. And put it in the factory. 59 steel grow plots are in my factory. Wait, what? Since what? Okay, whatever. There we go. So that's good. In that case, then, we've got the thrusters, we've got the grow plots. Let's put the Nightshade back in here. This is the ship we want to get us going, at least, anyway. Nightshade, Mark 6, to the factory. So we need carbon substrate, iron, copper, and silicon. Alright. Now, a lot of that we can get from the steel plates here, the doors, for some reason that I managed to recover. Is going to count towards the iron and whatnot. And then the other cargo pallet, the main one that we've been sort of looting into here, has got loads of stuff in it. Well, I say loads. It's got a few bits and bobs in it now. The optical fibers, steel plates, carbon substrate, energy matrices and capacitors and stuff like that. And we might want to keep things like these ones. They're slightly advanced components because we will want to build a warp drive. And for that we'll need that large constructor there. How we're going to get that back to the base is going to be an interesting challenge. The other option is we just sort of move into this thing, but the radiation here is severe, and making this base airtight is going to require a lot of work. So, maybe not. Now then, we got a food processor that I want. The fridge is... we've already got a fridge, so I can quite happily salvage that. This guy has got food in it, although is now spoiling already. I can put into the Sparks fridge, and then salvage. Really? I'm out of the multi-charges that I had already? Oh, man! Oh, man! Damn! Okay, change of plan! We're gonna go mine that Promethean. We are all out. Right, let me see if I can cram as much into me. Oh, there's a multi-charge there. False alarm! Never mind. As you were. Situation normal. Right, multi-charge there. Now we can get that other fridge. Now in theory, actually, I'm doing it the wrong way around, aren't I? I should be grabbing the entire component. Bugger. It's full. So, I'm doing it the wrong way around. Sorry, I've been doing a silly. I should be grabbing the whole components regardless of whether I want to put them in the factory or not, because the full components give you more resources. If you're on salvage, you're actually going to get like 50% of the resources back. So I've actually been throwing a lot of resources away doing what I'm doing right now, which is very silly. Sorry, memory lapses. If I put the whole O2 tanks in, I get much more than if I just put the components in. As you can see, they jumped up quite a bit then. So these things have got quite a few nice sort of components in them. So we're going to grab those. We're going to grab the whole doors. We'll grab whole blocks and stuff. And we'll put as many of these in the factory as we can until it's ready to spawn in. I wish that was as seamless as I just made it appear, but that was a bit of a nightmare. But there we go. The Nightshade Mark 6. Oh, there she is. She's a beauty. Don't fall on me while I'm under you. No, yeah, don't do a spark on me, yeah? You're gonna be trapped inside or whatever. I'm checking out your undercarriage. Anyway. There she blows. Good little ship, actually. In here is the cavity I was talking about, where you could slap a warp drive. And you could even fiddle around in there, in the gubbins, a little bit more, and even slap a shield generator in there as well, if you are a little bit sort of creative with the space. But at the moment, as you can see, there's only like a small generator and a small fuel tank or something in there at the moment. Very entry level. But still, good enough that it'll get us off the planet. And once we can build ourselves a warp drive, we can get ourselves out of this system as well. At the moment, you got 3 cargo boxes. Wow. And a fridge. Wait, that's the spark. Dude, I'm losing my mind. 1,609 in the container controller. 1,668 in the ammo controllers. Wasn't the large constructor 1,200 or something like that, I think? So we should be able to get the large constructor in here and to this base so that we can actually then use it to build things like said warp drive and whatnot. Hello, son. Oh, look at you coming up while I'm recording. You shouldn't have. Anyway, yeah, so that's the mish. We need some fuel. I took the liberty, while I was cooking the resources for that, to diggy a node of Promethean, because it is a Promethean node-based nodey node. So actually, what I need is this thing here, or scanner, which is under tools, or scanner, long thingy. I need to make that in order to see the Promethean rocks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a few multi-tool charges, and then the rest of the Promethean I'm going to put into fuel packs, and we are going to fuel our Nightshade here. And to be honest, now that we've got this, we can probably get rid of the spark. That thing is... it can be resalvaged back into the factory. What we need to decide now is what ship do we want to go for next? Normally, at this point, I would go, right, it's CV time, baby. And I think that's what we're going to stick with, actually. They're my latest kind of starter ships. Have all been sort of reforged. The Exia Lycos here, reforged Patreon reward ship. There is the Junker. There's also the Biscuit. The old soggy Biscuit. Yeah, maybe a little bit crappy. I think we can do better. There is the old Pioneer. So, I think there's this little thing. The Volos XS. Teeny tiny little ship. Beautiful little boat. Not featured it ever before. Built it kind of in secret. Released it sneakily. It is built for Reforged, as the thumbnail says, but I think it's fine. It will work fine in vanilla. We'll need to do something with the CPU, and that's about it, really. Everything else will be okay. Pretty cheap, really. 1900 neodymium. Iron, carbon substrate. So we're gonna have that in the factory, and that means any sort of spare resources and stuff we can put towards that. Okay. So we're just waiting now for multi-tool charges, that bad boy, and some fuel. And the fuel, I mean, in fairness, we could just put the biofuel in here. There we go. We got a bunch of biofuel. Hold up. There's 22 there. So we'll grab that. Oh yeah, there's a minigun there I found. There's loads of wreckages everywhere. I went around and grabbed a bit more stuff because... There we go, 42%. Go! Yes, we are airborne! This is fantastic. I love being airborne so early on in the game. We've already just started. I'm in the sky already. You can't stop me. Fantastic. This is going to just save us so much more time and we can see further. And this thing is armed with 2 GATs and I just landed it like an absolute rock. Whoops. We should have Wi-Fi in there, so we should be able to just go, hello, Crash DSE. Are you in your one cargo container? Oh yeah, I have 2 medical devices in there as well. I need to get back. Container controller. Slap one of those over there. Yes. Take, give me the O2 station. Armor locker. Food processors. Sentry guns? No. Okay, you've got another one though. You've got an ammo container. I don't know if it's going to take this. This will be hilarious. Okay, take the medical chambers. My god, how heavy is a medical chamber? What? The volume on that 1.6 is almost filled the ammo container up completely. I'll take just the one then. Fine, that's no problem. Will it take off? Yes, everything's fine. Of course it would take off. No problem. Let's get this back to base then. I think we've got some work to do in our little opportunity pod. But, it's so good to be airborne, guys. This is awesome. But yeah, we pretty much finished the game. We won! Game over. We won. I'm going to park it on the hole so that I don't fall in the hole when I'm walking around. Look at that. Yes. Strategic hole covering. Okay, good. We can turn you off and we can get connected to you. There's a large constructor. And we just need somewhere to put it because this place is not exactly like block friendly. There are half blocks everywhere, causing grief. So we're gonna have a 9-pot gun here. We've kind of got generators and cargo boxes set up there. I've even put one in the roof space there. So let me reload this. Take that block. This is going to be problematic. I'm not sure. It should be okay actually. Take these guys out. There we go. T to connect back to the constructor. And bingo. Even the switch has survived. Hey, look at that. Oh boy. Now you're in trouble, aren't you? So a SV warp drive which needs to be unlocked in fairness. We're a long ways away from that, I suspect. Fuel tank, pentaxid tank first of all, because that's the fuel for said warp drive, and then the warp drive itself is down here at level 10. We're level 9, not far off now. Probably level 10. Okay, we're at the beginning of level 9, whatever. Okay, well, the SV warp drive costs 10 energy matrix, steel plate, no problem, nanotubes, no problem, cobalt alloy, 50 cobalt alloy, and we're getting cobalt alloy from the grow plots when you put them on salvage mode. If you find a bunch of grow plots, salvage them, you'll get cobalt alloy, which is nice, but you know, I put them all in the factory. Put them all in the factory. Hey! I'm out of air. Somebody refill my oxygen tank. There we go, it's fine. That's what happens when I just waffle on. I forget to fill the O2 tanks up. There we go, it's fine. These guys should still... Oh, they've run out of fuel. I bet he's got 39 bottles still in there. Okay, it's fine. We got oxygen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the spark apart. Bless it, it's done well. But we'll take it apart. I will throw most of it, I think, into the factory. Anyway, because I'll retrieve whole blocks. And then what we're going to do is, I suppose, actually what we should do is try and discover a little bit more of the storyline. We're so focusing on trying to get Nightshade in that I've basically just kind of gone, whatever. Find Tash Aki Talon. So, log found. Okay. To reread anything, the message history and dialogues. PDA log? Okay. These logs partially corrupted. Maybe we'll recover more information and find more of them in other places. The information in the console might help to find these, or even tell us how to get in contact with this person. Tash Aki Talon. I suspect, let's take the little spark out for one last little joyride over here, that this thing is the next stop in such quest. Because, you know, it's, it's fairly ominous. Oh, key matrix. We need a key matrix. Oh, okay. I guess we can't do anything with that, but it's just powered up. There's one door into it, and we can't go in there. Okay. Well, that was fun. Blessed the spark. We did well. Good try, and all that. So the portal down here seems inactive. However, there are emissions from active teleporters coming from the top of the obelisk. We should investigate everything we find here. If we find a way up there, this could definitely get interesting. Well, funny you should mention finding a way to get up there. I don't know what I've got that may help me get up there, but here we go. I made it. I found a way. I found a way on top of the obelisk, but there doesn't appear to be anything up here. So I don't know what you're talking about. Aloha. I'm on top of the obelisk. I mean, it's a great view from up here and all that, but yeah. So, what else? What else you got for me? So the portal down here seems inactive. However, there are emissions to active teleport from the top of this obelisk. We should investigate everything we find here. We can find our way up there. This could definitely get interesting. Well, I'm up there and nothing interesting is happening, so I guess we'll move on then. Alright, fine. Sure. Sure, okay, cool. Anyway, back to the base, because, you know, now that we've got the large constructor out there, we can build some more interesting stuff. One of the things that we can build now is a drill. Turn you off over the hole. That's your landing pad. And the drill is going to help us diggy. So, where are you, drill? Drill is there. I just need to move all of the stuff from the survival constructor into this input box so that we can then use this as our actual constructor. What I'm going to do, though, is first of all, I'm going to just auto-group this again. This constructor here, I'm going to stick on a signal. Now, on the main page here, under signals, I'm just going to type constructor. And then under devices, select the constructor, select under signal logic, and then on the on-off drop-down, set constructor to follow. So, I mean, in theory, I could just set up a switch somewhere on a wall, like the one that I just picked up, actually, and slap that on the constructor, and then that would, you know, save me a couple of steps of pressing P, flipping the constructor, then coming out, and then going in. So, there are multiple ways of doing it, but that's probably the simplest way of getting a constructor on a switch. Turning the constructor off is going to save fuel in here, and it's going to preserve the batteries as well. Then we can do another little check under the stats panel. Now our battery is at 110. We've got 2.5 hours of power, which is lovely because the day has just begun, so that is going to continue to charge, which probably means now that this base is self-sustaining on solar power, which is lovely, but obviously the more complicated we make it, the less likely that is going to stay that way. So we need to be careful as we upgrade this place to either get everything switched onto power-saving signal logic or upgrade the solar as we go. Okay, anyway, so let's get this stuff transferred. Apart from obviously the Promethean there is busy doing that. Let's get this stuff transferred over to the constructor. And there we go. Okay, so I've done a bit of organization here. Basically all the production stuff, components that we've managed to gather so far in the input box. And then in the output box is anything that's you know, kind of refined, or items that are built and stuff like that. And then I put sort of food and medicines, as you can probably guess, in the fridge. Now, the portable constructors outside, I've left there. Now, we'll probably end up using these if we need to turn a bunch of wood into plant fiber, or stone into carbon, or ore into sort of, because these are free. They don't use power, and they have pretty much infinite storage. So, and then we just need to put some fuel in these to get these going again at some point. But right now, the oxygen situation here is fine. Now, I'm also going to head back and get the other components from the Crash DSE, the other constructor, the oxygen station, and so on and so forth, just so that we can pop that down in the base. The other constructor I'll probably hold off, because I'll be able to manage with one for now. In fact, we can get this thing going on the backup generator and fuel tank for the base. That's this one and that one. Just in case solar does run out, we'll have something so the fridge doesn't spoil. We have a food processor over there as well, which I need in order to process the stuff in here into actual usable food, things like that. But there we go. Pretty much. We have done awesome. Okay, so before I end today's episode, let's have a little flyby around here and see what else we've got in the immediate sector, because I think most of the stuff around here is going to be wreckages by the looks of it. Crash transports, old tank stations, old farms. We got some resources. What is that? Activator. Another Promethean deposit. That's awesome. Hang on a second. Let me head towards this activator. I don't know what this is. Some things are not like the others. But okay. I should have brought the drill. I guess there's nothing under here. It's just a mound of useless dirt. This reminds me of those floating sort of regenerator POIs sort of things that just whisper at you. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Yeah, so like I said, I think most of the stuff around here is just wreckages and stuff so that you can salvage your way to an SV like I've done here. But let me do a quick run around the planet and see if I can find anything a little more interesting. Oh, there we go. We didn't actually take very long because it's not a very big planet. It's a tiny little moon. But we've been around it, and I've discovered there's all 4 Promethean. There are 3. I forgot. There's neodymium deposits on this planet. There's carbon deposits. So we've got 2 carbon deposits and 3 neo deposits. They're all small, of course. But yeah, it's 3 neo. You're going to be able to get a CV off of here straight away, which seems crazy to me. But the other exciting thing is there's an abandoned vessel yard right here. Yes, we're definitely going to have to do that. There is a, where is it, abandoned workshop down there. Yes, we're going to have to do that. I think that was it, really, for the abandons. Everything else appears to be wreckages, crash ships, cargo shuttles, hongos, that sort of stuff. There was also a debris field, I think, somewhere around here. There it is, debris field. They're quite good. They got a decent amount of stuff on them. So, submerged tank as well, all good. So there are some very good, like, little wreckages between most of the stuff here. These collection points as well keep cropping up, and there's quite a few of them. They've got admin cores in them, and I don't know why, and I think they might have something to do, or we might have to do something with them, but I'm not sure yet. But we will find out. So, next episode, what I want to do is take on the abandoned workshop, and if we've got time for it, the abandoned vessel yard as well. Continue to sort of expand the base here a bit, and dig out, once we actually build ourselves a drill, of course, dig out those neo deposits and get as much neo as we can, because if we can get, what was it, 1900 neo, then we've got a CV. Although in fairness, 295 Sathian plates, but don't forget, we were getting Sathian plates for giggles. We got 26, not even trying. So I think, to be honest, if we salvage some of the stuff around here, there'll be Sathian plates in them, so that should be fine. We should be able to get most of that from salvage, hopefully, and the rest titanium as well. The cobalt might be interesting. It might be interesting. How much can we get out of salvage? Can we get an entire CV on this planet? I don't know. Is it even worth trying? I don't know. Maybe. I suspect probably not. And what we should probably do is just get a warp drive for our SV. Hop over to Omicron orbit or Sienna orbit, or I'm looking now for the freaking resources I need, and I'm not seeing any of them. Never mind. I'm gonna pop over to Omicron and see what the deal is over there. Meanwhile, as well, we just need to try and figure out what the bloody hell we're supposed to do here. Yeah. You got the normal credibility missions. These are all just credibility missions, aren't they? Yep. Reputation mission. Pirate hunt. Yep. So, find the teleporters. Find the teleporters might mean that we just need to go to the other moons and find the obelisks there as well. There's another thing that we maybe do. soon. But let's concentrate next episode on the abandons and the base, and then we'll try and figure out what the hell the story is after that. Ladies and gents, that is going to be all for today. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.